They say everything happens for a reason. So when husband Bud decided to shave his head to support his wife who was battling breast cancer, he quickly realized his haircut was nothing short of a miracle.
My husband and I, we've been married 20 years. We have 2 boys, and we have a great life together. April of this year, I found a lump in my breast and was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I went to the doctor that morning. He sent me for a mammogram. The radiologist agreed that the lump needed to come out. I had 4 surgeries and then I had radiation. I decided to take control of my cancer. So I asked them to shave my head, and they did. And then Bud started saying, I think I'm gonna shave my head. Isn't that right?
Yeah, I told Dolly that I wanted to shave my head to support her. One Saturday morning, I got out the clippers and shaved my head, and I asked them all what they thought.
And I was like, what's that black spot on your head? He was like, what black spot? And then he looked in the mirror and he was like, oh, that's probably just a birthmark.
So I thought I'd get it checked. I went to the doctor, and about 2 or 3 days later, he called me and he said that it was a malignant melanoma, the nodular type. 2 days later, he had me in surgery and removed the melanoma from the top of my head.
The doctor said to me, you really don't know how lucky you are. By the time that Bud would have had symptoms, it would have been too late. He said that it could have been fatal for him as early as Christmas. That was a real turning point for me. I began to realize that we were gonna be okay. My cancer saved his life.
I'm excited that they're not going to have cancer soon. It's going to be okay. It's going to be over.
I love that head. That head saved my life.
Please welcome husband and wife, Bud and Dolly, to the show.
What a story.
You know, not only is that one of my favorite stories we've ever shared on this show, watching the two of you while it was playing, your love is so apparent for one another. And when you took your vows of in sickness and in health, did you ever have any idea this was what was down the road?
Well, we thought maybe a cold would be the sickest part, but having Dolly support me and supporting her is what has made it easy for both of us, quite frankly.
Or before you shaved your head in solidarity for Dolly, did you have any idea that you had essentially a deadly cancer growing on your scalp?
No, the only indication I had was some mild itching on top of my head, and I really thought that was just a dandruff situation. As a matter of fact, I even bought a stronger dandruff shampoo.
And then once you shaved your head, still a little itchy, you thought maybe it was just an itchy birthmark that you felt had been there all along that you weren't aware of. And we do know that some melanomas arise in certain types of birthmarks, so that's reasonable. But in your case, what you thought was a harmless birthmark.
Absolutely, and that was the last thing from our minds. I was 47 when I was diagnosed. We were healthy people, and to have one cancer was shocking enough. And when we saw the mark, you know, we just kept saying, that doesn't look good, but surely it's not that. And we didn't even know about melanoma.
You guys both did something, because you noticed a lump in your breast.
Right.
You went and got it checked out. You were able to get it taken care of. You were able to do something about it. You found something on your head that wasn't normal. You didn't ignore it. You went to get it checked out. You were able to do something about it. I want that to be the message for people at home, which is if you find something abnormal, if you ignore it, you're basically putting your life at risk. And I love that about you two, because you are living examples. You're living and breathing examples of when couples support one another when it comes to their health, and together they battle their illnesses, then you're so much more likely to have a good outcome.